We spoke in our last satsang. We've been talking about a few times recently this idea of getting closer. Like we're getting close to, I assume, the goal of self-realization, some profound shift. In context, we've been saying there are signs. That's how that came up in conversation. So I was contemplating this idea earlier, the idea of getting closer. And I got a little confused because it's not getting closer to what, that's not the question, but getting closer, like the question of time and distance comes into place. And how am I getting closer if I've never actually been apart or separate? So what is this perception of closer and further? The distance and the time, how it plays in. I don't have more than that, but it starts there.
Yes.
I'm not sure if people could hear me, so maybe you could.
The question is, if I'm already that, then how could I possibly be getting closer to what I already am? Can't. You can't. But where are you looking from? Where are you asking from? Who's asking? Because the one that is that doesn't have a question. And you say, I'm confused, because it appears in the mind as paradox. And you said, I'm confused. I want you to know the mind is never not confused. Only the ignorant one says, I know, I'm right. Not knowing the confusion that the mind is. It's said that there are, in one way of looking at it, 3 different stages. I don't know that I don't know. This one invariably says, I know. Says, I'm right. I don't know that I don't know. I don't know that I'm confused and very busy saying so many things. But this one never paused to see what is the source of this knowing. When you look for the source, you will see it's built out of nothing. There's no cornerstone. There's no foundation to mind. And this one will come to honestly say, I know that I don't know. Isn't this what Socrates was famous for? I know only that I know not. And they called this one a sage. But you see, this one is a sage. This is wisdom. And it seems totally absurd to the world, which is running around claiming this and that. This as opposed to that in particular. The people of the world, they say so many things. Predominantly, I'm right, you're wrong. Also, I'm wrong, you're right. Neither could possibly be true. And then in the attenuation of mind, the becoming comfortable in the confusion of paradox, when mind falls away, but let's just say detached, you know yourself independent of thought. You know yourself preceding thought. This is the true I. The other I is nothing more than a collection of thoughts, memories, a sort of a constellation or a lattice, a weave, or people like to call it matrix, but make the mistake that it's something done to them. Well, also, I guess this can be true. 3 stages. I don't know that I don't know. We know this when we say, I'm right. We know that we are bound in ignorance. This is the telltale sign of the egoic sense of I. And then the second stage is, I know that I don't know. And the third stage, let's just say, I know. As knowingness. I am knowingness. Sat Chit. Existence, knowledge. Ananda, bliss. Like this one is I, is the I. All of us the same I expressing as so many me's and you's. So the mind is binary, left hemisphere, right hemisphere, and it's reflective. Left, right, up, down, right, wrong, pairs of opposites. Good, bad, in, out, male, female. These aren't these pairs, these opposites, this duality, this lila, the play or maya, the drama. It's not a problem. No more a problem, actually, than the dream you had last night, but may have very much felt like a problem when you identified as dream character, protagonist, but nothing more than protagonist in a screenplay of mind played out as dream. You see? So truly, the mind is confusion. And the bliss comes when you're completely okay with being confused. This one might say, I have no idea what's happening. But untroubled. So let's come back, because it's an important reflection, an important inquiry. The first thing I ask you is, where are you looking from? Because looking from this Sat Chit Ananda, there's no question. Aham Brahmasmi, I am that. I am that I am. My Father and I are one. Be still and know that I am God. So from there's no question. But when we're looking from the place of mind, identified with mind as mind itself, misidentified, the I sense somehow moves into, imbued in and now projected from a collection of thoughts. It's the strangest thing. Wait till you see. There's nothing more to it than that. But it has such a palpable, visceral sense of I-ness, doesn't it? And this is honest. This is honest. And honesty is so important. It's imperative. And so you know by inference or simply by Shravana, by learning and hearing, Tattvamasi, be still and know that I am God. And more through faith, maybe even at first through belief, then you say, well, then if this were true, then it would be this way. And then simultaneously, you also have the honest experience of being separate, of you're having the honest experience of being separate from God. You have the honest experience of God comes and God goes. You have the honest experience, even just something very mundane as good days and bad days, you see? But to the one who knows the self, there's no such thing as a good day or a bad day. I don't know this myself, but I've also heard that the distinction between night and day becomes, I don't know how to say, transparent, let's say. And so when we're identified as the separate self, as seeker, then it is helpful to have affirmation. It's helpful to have guidance. It's helpful to have sangha. It's helpful to have somebody who will be honest with us when it's uncomfortable even. And to help us come back to who we already are. Everybody here has heard it said, there's no distance to travel. You are closer to yourself than you could imagine. Or it said, God is closer to you than the tip of your own nose. This is true. Many say they're one and the same. Maybe. And so there is closer and further. It's honest. Andrew and I were talking about how it becomes apparent the more of the oneness that there is, you can see the hierarchy of a spiritual hierarchy.